Hello everyone. So it's a big week this week. It's what I've been preparing for the last 5 months. We're going from running 6k maximum to hopefully running 42k maximum, because on Sunday is the London Marathon. So I'm going to take a break in building the business series, obviously not in real life because I've just got back from a 2-hour strategy proposal meeting, which went very well by the way, but this isn't about that, this is about the London Marathon. So, how am I feeling? I'm a lot more anxious than I thought. I'm a lot more nervous than I thought, but I'm also excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the day, the spectacle, etc. But I'm, to be honest, so unbelievably nervous, it's ridiculous. I think because I've been scraping by in terms of training, I've been very consistent with my training for the past, like I say, 5 months, but it still doesn't make you feel like you can do it because I've never done it before. I'm not a good runner, I'm a slow runner, and it's just not natural to me. Long distance running is not natural, so running 26.2 miles is crazy. But I'm, like I say, I'm looking forward to it. So this week I've got I think I've got a 5k race pace to do over the next couple of days, and an optional like 4k bit of a shakeout type run just to make sure legs are still working. I had physio yesterday just to sort out my lower back, my glutes, because everything's just super tight at the moment, as well as my shins to make sure that they are okay on the day. And then we've got to go to the expo, which I will film and take you with me and show you what's there and what that looks like. Either tomorrow, which is Thursday, or potentially on Saturday, and then the actual race on Sunday, which once again I will take you through. I will film some stuff myself. I'll get other people to film what they can. So yeah, wish me luck, guys. This is the start of it. I can't believe that. This is what I like about like filming, is that I'll look back on this in years to come because I wouldn't have ever done this before. And also, when you start a video of like the week of something important or interesting or that you're nervous about or whatever it might be, it could be like, for instance, the meeting today I was super nervous about, but now that I've done it I'm like amazing, but I've been worried about this, not worried, but I'm apprehensive because I want to make sure I do a good job, right? Thankfully that was all good, but anyway, the idea that I'm going to be closing this off on Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whenever, after just running the marathon, hopefully finishing it, is mental. So stick with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the vlog and come with me to run the London Marathon 2025. Good morning. So today is a very exciting day. It is Thursday and we are going to make our way up to the expo. I'm just waiting for the car to arrive and then I'm going to jump in. We're going to head up. I think it's at, well, I know it's at the XL. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take to get up there. We don't live far away from London. Normally I'd get the train in, but driving today because we've got to stop off somewhere as well as we go through. So I thought it'd be a great day to take you to. I've never been to one of these before. I know it's picking up my bib number mainly and some other bits, but obviously there's other stuff going on. So just going to go check it out and see what's in store. So come along with me for the day and I'm very much looking forward to it. So I'll see you when I get to London. Hello everyone, so I'm now in my car again and I am back home from the event in London, and it was a bit of a, we had to stop somewhere on the way, which is where I was working for a bit, which was cool. And then onto the actual show itself, which has definitely got me in the mood for the marathon now. I'm a little bit more, it feels a little bit more real. I think when you're by yourself running most of the time and you're doing long distances for hours and listening to music and stuff like that, it's hard to imagine running with 40,000 other people, whereas this made it feel real. And yeah, I'm actually absolutely buzzing. I'm kind of sad it's only Thursday because I'm now ready for it to be 100% Sunday. Morning. So today is the day of the London Marathon. I'm a little bit tired. I only got a couple of hours sleep last night. I think it was all the adrenaline and a little bit from the carb loading and the sugar yesterday. So I am, you can see I've got a little hydration there, and I'm going to chuck a bagel on for breakfast, and then we're going to jump on the train and head into London. So I'll take you along for the day, obviously, and yeah, let's see how this thing goes. I will see you when I get on the train.
Check on the time, we are coming up to 11 o'clock, so way 15.
We've got Bex, John, Harriet, Mike, Claudia.
Hello, 25k in. Why did I do this? I'll see you at the finish line. Okay, so I'm actually checking in at 33 kilometres. I'm feeling better now. So 9k to go, I think, and then we will be finished. See you
Boy Rider, keep going, you got 5.2 left.
Hello everyone, I'm now in Waterloo, medal around my neck. I did it. I feel like absolute crap, so I'm not going to talk for too long, but I'll give you a rundown maybe tomorrow when I've recovered a little bit. So yeah, I'm signing off today from one very, very tired, very hurting, painful, whatever the word is, Amelia, but it's done, so see you tomorrow. Well, what can I say? The London Marathon is done after 4 months of solid training, January to April, and then a little carryover in December. That's where it sort of started and where I agreed to do it. So we did manage to go from pretty much zero running to a full marathon over that time. So I am incredibly proud to have done that. Let's talk about the day itself. So it was an early start. I didn't sleep, as you saw. I didn't sleep the night before. I was so nervous. I think it was just the whole spectacle, the whole thing. I knew that I needed to be up on the train by 7:15. So my mind was just working overtime, essentially. And I woke up feeling exhausted but pumped full of adrenaline at the same time. All of my bags were packed the night before, so I was really, really ready. I went into the day as prepared as I could be, for someone that didn't know what was about to happen, if you know what I mean. Like, I knew that I was going to run, but I didn't know what it was going to be like in general. When you're going up to, first off, the trains are all packed. I didn't realise, like, once again, naively, I didn't realise how busy everything would be. It was packed. We managed to get on the train quite early, or on like one of the first stops, but by the time we got off, we were literally like this. Everyone was like that. And then you headed up towards the field, which is where you start going. Obviously there's different, you've got blue, green, yellow, I think, something like that, different start places. They're all sort of relatively near each other. We were in blue. Once again, thousands of people there. The toilet experience was exactly that. It was an experience, but I won't go into that. And yeah, we were just on the field, thousands of people. There was music playing. It felt like a festival. There was one point where, literally, this sums me up, I saw a tent, like a gazebo type thing in the thing, but it was like really big, and I looked over and I was like, oh bloody hell, I might go get a drink, as in like an alcoholic drink. Why would there be an alcoholic drink at the marathon? My mind lost it for a little bit. However, I brought it back, realised what was about to be done. Anyway, got into, so you had a bit of downtime before, made sure I ate some food, and then got into the pen. So our start time was 11:15, so we got into the pen about 10:45, I think, 10:45, 11, something like that. And then you start running, and the experience itself was just mad. Like, I think it's so difficult, and I do understand, I didn't understand after I did it why people do more than one marathon, or the same marathon. However, I now get it, because I think the first one, you're just fighting for survival. You're hoping that you're going to finish it, but you're not really taking in the atmosphere as much as you should do. I think if I was to do it again, or if someone was telling me that they were going to run the marathon, I'd say, look, try not to focus on you, try and focus on around you and enjoy it as much as you can, because once again, I just went into a bit of a mode. I didn't really, the crowd was unreal, like the whole way. London, I've heard London crowd is like amazing, and it definitely was, and I know that for sure, but it was a bit like a fever dream. That's the best way that I can describe it. If I think back to it now, it feels like it never happened. It feels like I literally dreamt it up and now I'm here. But yeah, the crowd were amazing. They scream your name. If you've got your name on you, they'll shout your name and encourage you on. There's signs everywhere, funny signs, people handing out sweets, food, drinks. So like unbelievable. But like I said, I was fighting for survival a little bit. It was hot on Sunday. It was so hot. There wasn't a lot of shade on the course, so that made it difficult. The first half of the run, I thought I was going to have to stop. And when I say stop, I didn't think that I was going to not do it, but I thought that I was going to have to walk and just walk the rest of the way. And I was fully expecting to take 10 hours to get to the end, because if you start walking at 5 miles in, you've got 21 miles of walking, which takes a while. But I didn't, and I pushed through. And then the second half of the race, second half, probably from mile 18, 19 maybe, something like that, was quite comfortable, to be honest. I was actually starting to enjoy it a little bit. Once again, not really taking in too much around me. But yeah, next time I definitely would. I know that I can do it. I say next time, I'm not saying that I'm doing it again, but I know that I can definitely do it now, so I would just take it in and soak it in. The highlights for me, Tower Bridge is obviously like unbelievable. Embankment is unbelievable, but at that point your body is done. Embankment is right at the end, so before you run up Embankment and then you turn to go down to the finish line. That is amazing. It's so busy, and you're running more along like the river, so it's like nicer. There's not a lot of nice views along the way. You're not running, if you're not from London and you do the London Marathon, all I will say is, if you've never been before, go and explore London, other areas, because the actual course isn't the scenic route, so to speak. But there was some bits. Running through Canary Wharf was beautiful. I never go to Canary Wharf, but running through all the big buildings, there was like people singing at the side, playing music at the side. You would have seen some of that along the other bits of the course within the videos earlier on. So I think my final thoughts on it were, it was an amazing experience. I can look back and reflect I finished the marathon and I sort of had no feeling towards it. I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad. I thought I was going to cross the finish line and just burst into tears. I didn't really react. I smiled. That was kind of it. I'm an emotional person, so that was a bit confusing for me, and I think that I got caught in a bit. I was so exhausted, tired, everything. I think I just got caught in like a, oh wow, I hated that, that was awful. Gave it to the next day, and the next day I just felt really emotional. I felt so proud of myself. I felt so happy that I'd done it. I looked back on it fondly. I think I'm not going to say it's like labour, because it's not labour, but you know, people say labour's the worst thing in the world, and when you're in it, it's the worst thing in the world, but then a week later you're like, oh, I want another baby. Not a week later, but you know what I mean, you're like, I want another baby. I think that's how I can compare it with, you forget the pain that you went through, and then you just think about what you achieved out of it. Once again, not comparing it to a baby, but it's the best analogy I have right now. And then you're like, oh, I want to do it again. So there's a big part of me that's like, I want to do it again to get a different experience, but I'm not going to do it next year. I might do another one, who knows, we'll see. But all in all, I'm so glad that out of 4 months training, 5 months training, I went from relatively nothing to running 26.2 miles, 42 kilometres. Madness. And I can always say that I ran the London Marathon, and to me, that's quite special. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for following the journey a little bit. I know that it started later on in my marathon journey, but I'm looking for my next challenge, so hopefully I will decide what that's going to be, and I will continue to document it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.